Happy Friday. And it has been so long since I have jumped on here and done a Facebook Live. And this week, several of our customers came in and made mention to me that they missed seeing some of our Facebook Lives. So I am going to get back at it, I promise. And just because I've been a little quiet on here doesn't mean we haven't been busy in the background, as we always are. And I thought today would be a really good day to show you some of our new stuff and new things that we've been learning. One of the unique things about who we are at All Pets Considered is that we always try to stay ahead of the curve. We want to know what's going on, and we want to know new products available on the market. We always want to know all of the new information and new research and all of that when it comes to your pets. And so that's what we've been busy staying on top of, is some new products and bringing some new things in. So I know you can't see, but I am surrounded by new stuff. And one of the biggest jumps we have taken, and it's a big jump, I admit, is products for backyard chickens. So I will give credit to my friend Rita for inspiring this. And I guess I should probably give credit to my friend Edwin, who talked Rita into bringing chickens into her backyard. But she has got 5 chickens in her backyard, and we all get to share in the goodness of healthy, fresh eggs. And it's an amazing thing. If you've never had fresh eggs, I definitely encourage you to do that, because fresh eggs are different. And even more than that, well-fed chickens create very good eggs, healthy eggs. And eggs are really one of the most nutritious foods out there, and one of the most digestible for you and your pet. And so if you raise chickens, you can certainly give some of those raw eggs to your dogs, and they would be ever so grateful to have that in their food. And you can give it with the shell and everything. There's some nutrients in the membrane, nutrients in the shell, and nutrients, of course, in the egg. So we decided, my friend Rita, almost a year ago, when she brought in her chickens, she asked me if I could get chicken feed, and I said yes. But of course, the chicken feed that we can get is going to be the highest end. It's going to be organic, and it's going to be the best quality, because of course that's already what we provide for your dogs and cats. So we believe that's what we should provide for your chickens too, because it's not only about loving your chickens and giving them the best things for them. It's also about, if you're eating those eggs, or if your pets are consuming those eggs, making sure that they are having a healthy diet, so that what they produce is healthy, because we all are what we eat. One of the most fascinating things I've learned in this journey of bringing in chicken feed and learning about chickens in the last year is that chickens, I already knew this, so don't think that I'm saying this is what I learned, but chickens don't have teeth. Obviously, I knew that. Birds don't have teeth. But what they need and what they do is eat rocks to grind the feed that you give them. If they don't have access to some kind of grit, then they're going to require more food, because they don't have teeth to chew their food to help with the digestion process of that food. And so you'd have to feed more of it. So if they eat grit, then it helps with the digestion of the food, and then you feed less of the food. So the grit goes down in their gizzard and stays in their gizzard, and that's where the food processes through and comes through and gets ground up by the rocks that are down in their gizzard. So this is the scratch and peck. Now this is the layer grit. Now the gizzards on a chicken are going to be different sizes based on their age. And so this is the layer grit. That's once they get to the laying stage. But you have a chick, and then you have 3 different life cycles, basically, of your hens. And you want to make sure that you're giving them the appropriate size grit to get in there, because if you're giving them small grit, it's just going to pass through, and it's not going to stay in that gizzard and help to digest that food. So we have 3 different sizes of grit. What I just held up is the layer grit, which is once the hens start laying, you're going to give that kind of grit so that they can digest their food properly. Some of the other fun things that Scratch and Peck has in addition to their feed, organic herb mix, which one of the really cool things about this is in the summertime, you can put it in a tea bag or like in a cheesecloth bag and steep it in their water so that it gives them some more benefits. This has organic garlic, organic ginger, organic parsley, organic thyme, organic basil, organic oregano, organic nettle, and organic calendula. Calendula, I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but anyway. But it is specifically an herb mix. Let's see if you can see all of the goodness in here. Can also sprinkle it around on the ground, but it's really good for their immune support. It's high in antioxidants, has anti-inflammatory properties. Calcium is another really, really important thing for chickens. You want to make sure they're getting enough calcium, because if not, the calcium that creates the coating to their eggs, the egg shell, that will be leached from their bones. And so you want to make sure they're getting a significant amount of calcium so that you're not getting chickens that are leaching the calcium from their body to produce those eggs. Because a chicken's body, a hen's body, is going to make those eggs, and it's going to make them at a cost to the body if it has to. So you want to make sure they have a significant level of calcium in their feed. And so oyster shells, that is often a good calcium source. Let me get this bag. And the other thing that chickens really love are grubs. And so the grubs come in a 7-pound or a 3.5-pound bag. Sorry, the grit comes in a 7-pound bag. These come in a 3.5-pound bag. So these are grubs. And grubs are dried black soldier fly larvae. And for those of you out there going, ooh, yuck, maggots. They're not maggots. They are grubs. Grubs and maggots are different. They come from different species of flies. But at any rate, chickens love grubs. And my friend Rita said she will get these bags of grubs and shake it, and the chickens will come running. And so we'll get some video of that so you can see. But if you have backyard chickens, or you know somebody that does, you can share with them that we're now selling Scratch and Peck. We do firmly believe that it is one of the best pet feeds out there for backyard chickens. And one of the coolest things is that you can ferment this food. They are mash. You can ferment it. And then, of course, you feed less of it, and you'll feed it in like a trough type feeding scenario for them. But you can ferment it within a couple of days, just using mason jars and water. We have directions here at the store. And then you feed less, but it's really good for their body. Fermented products like kombucha or sauerkraut, those are all really good for gut health. And same to be said for your chickens. So we do have directions posted here at the store. We're happy to email them to you if you want directions on how to do it. It's also on the Scratch and Peck website. But come and check out our new chicken feed section. It has been an interesting course to learn about backyard chickens this last year. But I knew if we were going to bring it in, I wanted to bring something in that was going to be top of the line, because I know that my friend Rita loves her chickens so much. She even goes to Costco every week and buys them grapes and cuts them up for them. So her chickens are some of the healthiest out there. And I always feel so confident that when we're eating the eggs, that we're eating some of the best eggs out there, because she's feeding an organic feed, and they're getting fruits and vegetables, and they're getting lots of exercise and free reign to run around her backyard during the day. So they have a happy little life. Okay, moving on to dog and cat products that we've brought in recently, and moving away from the chicken. But be sure to share with people about our backyard chicken products. Whole new section for us. So we have been asked by a couple of customers to bring this line in. So we have. This is Smack. It is a raw dehydrated superfood for dogs. And it is like one of the cleanest ingredient decks to not be a raw diet. It had this one, which is the Caribbean Salmon Fusion. I'll read you the ingredient deck. salmon, rockfish, coconut, pumpkin, spinach, celery, carrot, turmeric, thyme, mango, pineapple, strawberry, parsley, preservatives. So vitamin E, mixed vitamin E, which is very common in everything. It has to have something since it's shelf stable, and peppermint. So all of these ingredients, well, most of these ingredients are either certified organic or wild caught. The meats in this are wild caught, and all the other ingredients are organic. And I will show you. Let's see if I can get up there. You can see that ingredient label right there. Let me get it right there. You can see. So, as you might imagine, something this high in quality is a little bit pricey, but you can certainly use this as a topper for your pet food, as treats. But we've had a lot of people coming in and trying this out, and they have all reported that their pets love it and go crazy for it. But previously it's a product made in Canada. And previously it was only available online, and we had a customer asking us to bring it in, and a couple of customers asking us to bring it in. And that's how we found out about it. So if you find out about something you're interested in us carrying or stocking for your pet, please let us know, because that is sometimes how we find out about these really cool new products. So Smack. Welcome, Smack, to the All Pets Considered shelves here. And be sure to come in and try it out and take a look. We do have samples, so if you wanted to take a sample home, you can certainly try it out with your pet first. Moving on to another food. Now, this one is a little bit more well-known by many of you, Badlands Ranch. And this is owned by a company called Golden Hippo. But what you might know most about this food, or what you may have seen, is that it benefits a dog rescue called, or a pet rescue called Badlands Ranch. And you may know this superstar from Grey's Anatomy, Katherine Heigl, or Heigl, however you wish to pronounce it. But it is another really good clean ingredient deck. They have traceable ingredients, which of course we love. And we brought it in, and they sent out an email, I guess, to customers on their list who have already been buying it. And we had people running in the doors asking for it. So it has already been very popular, because I think it was already popular before. But you can see the textures more like jerky-like, and more air-dried like, which is really cool. Air drying, they don't air dry at a very high temperature. It makes it kind of low and slow, if you will, which typically retains all of the vitamins and minerals. So you can see it's a very small ingredient deck with very few synthetics. And it comes in one size larger than this, I believe. I think it comes in 2 different sizes. And it comes in 3 different protein mixes. This is lamb and venison. Okay, so that's Badlands Ranch. Another pet food we brought in is kind of if you have a pet that tends towards upset tummies, or maybe is an older pet that is struggling with something like kidney nausea or things like that. These are limited ingredient bland diets by our friends at Koha. You can see it's just chicken and rice with pumpkin, or beef and rice with pumpkin. These look akin to a pouch, but they're obviously a lot larger. This is 12.5 ounces, so that's a typical can of pet food. Usually is about 13 ounces. And so if you have a pet that is struggling with acute vomiting or diarrhea, this is a really good way to go to give them a bland diet without you having to cook it personally. And I believe it comes in more than just these 2 proteins, but I'd have to be sure. It's just hitting our shelves today, but I wanted to let y'all know about it. I think it may come in 4 proteins, but don't take my word for it. Okay, next up on the list, and this is the last, is our friends at Momentum. So we have just recently brought in Momentum's freeze-dried treats. Real popular way to give treats to your pets. You can kind of see what they look like in there. They're kind of larger chunks. This is chicken with spinach and sea kelp. And what I love about it is for cats and dogs. So if you have a cat and a dog, they can both have this. I'll read you the ingredient list. It's so simple. Chicken breast, spinach, and sea kelp. You can see that. So really clean deck, really clean ingredient deck. And we have 6 different proteins in the treats, I believe. And then we brought in their toppers. And so we're going to have a sale starting Monday for this ultimate March Madness that we're celebrating this month. And it'll start on Monday. But if you, you're going to get a BOGO. So you buy a treat, a Momentum treat, you're going to get one of their toppers for free. But they have different toppers. This is an anti-inflammatory topper. And again, it's for dogs and cats, not just for dogs. This has duck neck, kale, turmeric root powder, and yucca powder. So really, really good stuff. This is an antioxidant topper. Beef liver, blueberries, carrots, and spirulina. You can see that. So that's their antioxidant boost topper. But then they have just plain single ingredient toppers like beef kidney. They also have some other ones. These are not all of what we have. So if you're interested in taking advantage of that, that's going to start on Monday. You buy a Momentum pet treat and you're going to get a topper for free. Or if you want to buy one topper, you can get a separate topper for free. Your choice, but it's specifically on the toppers. You can either buy a topper, get a topper for free, or buy a treat, get a topper for free. So there you have it. That's how busy we've been. This is why you've not seen me in a very long time, because we have been busy researching and looking at new products and asking lots of questions. So, of course, it's very important to us here at All Pets Considered to ask questions of the products that we bring in, ask questions to these manufacturers beforehand. I also like to get our staff trained up on the products before they come in, so that when you come in with questions, they can have the answers. Of course, if they don't have the answers, I always try to have them the more difficult answers. But feel free to come in and check out all of these new products that are up here. If you know people with backyard chickens, help spread the word that we have chicken products now out on the shelves. We're really hoping that we can make some healthier eggs out there for our community, because Scratch and Peck is just, I firmly believe they're the top of the line when it comes to organic chicken feed and all of the products that they supply as well. So thank you so much for joining us. I promise I will be back next Friday. I have a full lineup of Friday lives that I will be doing for the foreseeable future. And if you have a topic you'd like to see us covered, you can always email us or comment on one of these threads and we'll see it. We'd be happy to cover any topic that you're interested in hearing about. And of course, if you have a health condition issue with your pet, we're always here to help with any suggestions that you might need on pet food, supplements, or treats, toppers. We've got it all. So come and visit us at one of our 2 store locations this weekend, Battleground in Cone or High Point Road. And we also have our online store where you can shop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we do delivery every afternoon. Thanks, everybody, and hope you have a wonderful weekend.